Hey everyone, and welcome to the Money Girl podcast. My name is Laura Adams. I'm a personal finance expert and author based in Austin, Texas. On this show, I help you master your money so you can live rich and love the journey. If you'd like to send me a voice message to ask a money question or suggest a topic, I have a new way you can do that on the Money Girl Facebook page using the tab that says Record a Message. It's really easy. Each week, we post the notes or transcript for each show that includes the resources I mention. You'll find it on the Money Girl section at quickanddirtytips.com. Look for episode number 469. That's today's show, called Identity Theft and Social Media, 7 Tips to Protect Your Finances. And on the Quick and Dirty Tips page, that's also where you can search through and listen to the full archive of Money Girl podcasts. When I realized that October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I thought it was a really good time to reevaluate how I'm using social media and to be mindful of its potential risks. So that's what today's show is all about. You've probably used social media this week or today to check in with friends at a favorite restaurant, say bon voyage before heading out on vacation, or even sharing your birthday. What we love about social platforms, which is dishing out information about ourselves and our families, is precisely what makes it so dangerous. The problem is that ordinary details about your life could be used maliciously by cyber thieves to hurt your personal finances. So in this podcast, I'm going to tell you how to stay connected with family and friends on social media as safely as possible. As I mentioned, sharing personal information comes with risks. There's really no getting around that fact. You can easily give away enough personal data on social media to compromise your privacy and even become vulnerable to identity theft. Just by viewing your Facebook profile, a mediocre hacker can scrape data like your name, email address, phone number, friends' profiles, and your current location in just a few minutes. Each social media site does have a privacy policy, but you have to be proactive about how your account is set up and what information you share. So I'm going to focus on the steps to update your Facebook security only. Now, if you're active on other social sites like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, or Pinterest, I have a link to an article that will give you some detailed instructions for more privacy settings on those platforms. So again, you can access the notes for this show and get the link to that article by visiting the Money Girl section at quickanddirtytips.com. So I'm going to take you through 7 tips to manage your Facebook account the right way. And I have to admit, as I was doing the research for this podcast and updating my own Facebook account, I realized that I was vulnerable in a couple of areas. So I'm really glad that I went through it, and I think you will be glad as well. So tip number 1 is check your audience before posting on Facebook. Each time you create a Facebook post, see what your audience will be and adjust it as needed before hitting the post button. So when you click in the status field, that's where it says, "What's on your mind?" There's a button with a drop-down menu just to the left of the post button. That drop-down allows you to choose who sees your posts. You can share posts with the public, which means anyone on or off Facebook. And by the way, that's the worst option because a cyber criminal could easily get potentially harmful data about you. A better option is to share posts with your Facebook friends only, or even to a custom audience that you create, such as your coworkers or friends who are not acquaintances. If you don't want the privacy of your post to be set on a case-by-case basis, so if you don't want to have to check this every time you make a status update, you can make it universal for your entire account. To update or double-check your settings, what you want to do is click on the down arrow at the top right-hand corner of your Facebook page. There's just a little button with an arrow. Click that, then choose Settings, and then choose Privacy over on the left sidebar. Within this privacy sections, there are actually three subsections that you should make as secure as possible. For the first section, it's called Who Can See My Stuff? You want to set that to friends or to a custom subset of friends that you create. As I mentioned, that makes it much more difficult for an identity thief to see your personal information. Tip number 2, limit who can reach you on Facebook. When it comes to identity theft, no one can be 100% safe. However, you can make it really difficult for scammers to reach you in the first place. So, the second section of that privacy setting that I was telling you about, you've got the first part that says, Who can see my stuff? Right under that is a section that says, Who can contact me? You should also set that section to friends or friends of friends. One of the ways cyber criminals get your data is by targeting you through requests or messages. Scammers create fake Facebook accounts just to friend potential victims. Once you're a friend, they can spam your timeline, tag you in posts, and send malicious messages. So never, ever accept a request from anyone you don't really know, or click on links that you might get through Facebook, even when they come from friends. Now, the third privacy section is called Who Can Look Me Up? You also want to set this to friends so the public can't find you in Facebook by searching an email address or a phone number. And there's also a part of the privacy section that asks if you want search engines outside of Facebook linking to your profile. Saying no prevents hackers or someone like a prospective employer from finding your Facebook posts when they search your name on Google. Tip number 3, clean up your Facebook profile. You can access your Facebook profile from the About navigation link that's below your cover photo. So right below your cover photo, you'll see a horizontal line of buttons, and one of them says About. So if you click on the About section, you're going to see 7 sections of personal information within your About profile, such as places you've lived and contact and basic information. You want to review each part of your profile to make sure that none of the data is public, and then select Only Me for certain information so that no one can view it except you. Now, below your cover photo, there's another navigation link that I want you to check out. That one says Friends. Edit this section as well as the About section so you can control who sees your friends list and the people that you follow. When you go in the Friends section, on the right-hand corner, you'll see a little pen icon. You want to click that, then select Edit Privacy, and then choose Friends or Only Me for both sections. So that makes it impossible for people other than you or your friends to see information about your friends. All right, tip number 4, don't overshare, even to your Facebook friends. You might think that, well, you're friends with these people on Facebook, that you're in a safe environment, that you can just share whatever you want. Well, that's really a bad idea. Once you review and tighten up the security on your Facebook settings, I want you to be aware that you still should not share too much personal information with your friends. And I know that's the fun part about social media. Just remember that the private details of your life could still end up in the hands of cyber thieves and be used against you. So here are some types of information that you should never share. You want to keep these off of social media. Things like your birthday, having a baby, going on vacation, buying a home, changing your address, your hometown, your high school, even your pet's name. While none of these bits of information seems too revealing all by itself, when paired with other data, innocent facts could be used by a criminal to hack into your bank accounts, steal your identity, or steal that of a child's, and even open up brand new financial accounts in your name. Now, as we're talking about this, if you're thinking, oh no, what if I've shared way too much personal information in the past? Don't worry about it. What I want you to do is just go into your Facebook activity log and make sure those old posts are secure by either changing the audience or by just deleting them so that they're not visible to a cyber criminal. Okay, tip number 5, manage your Facebook apps. Apps are the third-party applications that have access to your Facebook profile. To see what's connected to your account, click the down arrow at the top right of your page and go to Settings and then Apps on the left sidebar. On this page, it's really interesting because Facebook says that, quote, your name, profile picture, cover photo, gender, networks, username, and user ID are always publicly available, including to apps. Apps also have access to your friends list and any information you choose to make public, end quote. That means the default setting for apps is not very safe. The good news is that you can edit each app's privacy setting by customizing who can see that you use the app and the data that the app can get from you. As you review your apps, if you're not sure what one is or why it's in your Facebook account, delete it to make sure that it won't compromise your safety. Tip number 6, don't let Facebook friends compromise you. Even if you're doing a great job keeping personally identifying information off of Facebook, a friend could unknowingly put you at risk. Let's say a friend tags you in a post showing that you're away from home on vacation together. While it might be fun to share your vacation pictures, remember that a thief who has your address and knows that you're out of town could easily raid your home or apartment. So wait until you're back home to share those photos. To stay in control of your own Facebook timeline, you want to go back to Settings and review the timeline and tagging options that are on the left sidebar. I strongly recommend enabling the feature that requires you to review tags on photos and posts before they publish to your timeline. That's the easiest way to make sure no one can attach your name to content or images that you don't approve that could show up in your Facebook timeline. And our last tip, number 7, create an email account just for social media. If you're like most people, a lot of your personal information and account passwords show up in your email. It's kind of like the key to your digital life, which is why most cyber criminals want to hack your email. Once a hacker has your email, they can send you phony phishing messages to entice you to click on a link that downloads malicious software or bait you to give up sensitive information. If a criminal uses Facebook to get your email, you could easily become a target. One solution is to create an email account just for social media. That way, if your Facebook account is ever hacked, the criminal won't have access to the email address that you use for sensitive tasks like online shopping and banking. To sum up, you shouldn't be afraid to use social media if you use it the right way. Changing your settings to eliminate your public visibility and limit who can reach you and tag you on Facebook takes just a few minutes. Be cautious about oversharing private details because they can be used against you. Remember that nothing on the internet is truly private. I really want to thank you for joining me this week on Money Girl. If you're enjoying the show and getting value, I'd really appreciate if you took just a couple minutes, maybe after you update your Facebook account, to submit a quick 5-star review of the show on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts. It only takes a couple of minutes, and it's a really powerful way to support the show and show us that you love what we're doing and want us to keep producing podcast episodes for you. To keep the money conversation going with me and a great community, I want you to join my private Facebook group. It's called Dominate Your Dollars. To request your invitation, you can visit Dominate Your Dollars on Facebook, or you can send me a text message for immediate access right now. Just text the word dollars, DOLLARS. Text dollars to the number 33444. I hope to see you in the group. You can also visit my contact page at lauradadams.com to send me an email or check out my tools page for many resources that I recommend. That's all for now. I'll talk to you next week, courtesy of Money Girl, your guide to a richer life.